Hi guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com, and I cover everything related to psychic development, intuitive development, and spiritual and personal growth. I learned how to be psychic, and I believe that everybody can. And someone on YouTube asked me to talk about today what to do for protection when you go into haunted places. And I love that because if you're watching this, I'm sure that you believe in this and that places are haunted. And I never wanted to believe that when I was younger or before I got into the psychic development stuff. But it actually is a fact. There are places that have bad energies attached to them. In fact, like earlier this year, it's 2017, I think, or it was like late last year, somebody asked me to be on there was something about some show where they go into haunted places, and they were talking to me about it. And I'm like, I actually don't want to do that because it's gross to go into areas that are like yucky and feel that horribleness. So I would say if there's any way you can avoid going to places that have bad energy, by all means do so. If you're a magnet for spiritual beings attaching themselves to you and that kind of thing, like just avoid places that are dark. Get out of there as quickly as possible. If you're in a place and you're like, something's not right here, I really don't like this. Now, unfortunately, a lot of times you won't know a place is like that until you get there. Or in some cases, it's kind of like unavoidable. And the thought has crossed my mind about staying in hotels. As a sensitive person, I try not to think about it too much, but sometimes I think about like who was sleeping in this bed that checked out at 11 a.m. this morning that I am now sleeping in. And so I try not to think about it because it's like grosses me out. That said, when you're like in a hotel space or any kind of space and you have to sleep there, you can do a clearing technique to clear and ground the room. One of the most basic ones that works is you want to get into a meditative state first, and then imagine or visualize a pillar in each of the four corners of the room and the pillar of light, and then a huge pillar. This technique was taught to me by my teacher, Deborah Katz, who wrote about it in one of her books. So a pillar of light in each corner, and then a big pillar in the center of the room of light, going all the way up into the sky, all the way down to the core of the earth. And then lines of light from each pillar, like in the corner to the one in the center. So lines of light. And then you just command those pillars to ground out the energy, to just drain it out. And the key here is that you don't really have to do anything. So don't try to effort this. Watch it happen and let the light do the work and drain and clear the energy out. And you'll feel a difference. I did a technique similar to that. I do this technique often. I did a technique similar to that with my psychic student, Rachel, who's like a powerful healer herself, and we could the both of us could like feel the dirty dishwater energy like coming like out of the room we were in. It wasn't my home, it was a different space where I was working at the time, but that dirty dishwater just kind of drained out, and we both felt it. So that's a good one. If you are just walking into a place and you're like, I'm so susceptible, what I've learned through reading and through personal experiences is that like dark beings, if your vibration is like really high, like you're happy and you're laughing, you're listening to music you love, you're filled with light, they can't attach to you because they don't like the light. If they're like really yucky, they're repulsed by joy, by you being like in a good mood. Like they don't want to be around you, and so they'll go away. The light burns out that dark energy. And I won't get into the specifics of how I know about all that because that's a whole other story. But keeping your energy really high, just as happy as you can be. But I have to circle back to, if you're in a place and you're like feeling creeped out, like get out, like change the room, go. If you have to sleep in your car, sleep in your car, to if it's a safe place, all of that, to avoid like that kind of yucky stuff. So keep your energy high. You could ground the room. You can definitely call on the angels, just really pray hard. I love Archangel Michael, very strong, like very protective. He's a warrior. He will protect you. So call on him, and like you've got to do it fervently. But they do come, and there are specific prayers that you can work, and there's angel magic that you can do. If I would investigate that, but I will tell you again from firsthand experience that when you call the angels, they come. And what I like to do is call all four, like the four main huge archangels, which are Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel. I don't have time in this video to demonstrate the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, the LBRP, but you can Google that. It's LBRP, and you can easily do that in a space to call in the angels, but you have to really, the way to get it to work, you have to really focus and really set your intention. You can't do any of this like flippantly and quickly. You really do have to like armor up. You could also fortify your aura, but for that to be super effective, you want to work on your aura for a certain period of time. But if your aura is very strong and clear, you're well rested, you're eating healthily, you're meditating a lot, you're really working the positive energy thing, that will repel negativity. You can also do like a cobalt shield around your aura, and that will repel dark stuff too. However, from my experience, just a shield alone like never worked for me. I had people be like, well, just do shields up, because I did have to go to a place that had a lot of stuff. They're like, oh, shields up. And I would be like, shields up, but it's not helping. And what did help was, I've talked about this and I think in other videos, was going out into the sun, doing the middle pillar, which is another Kabbalistic ritual, which again, I don't have time to do the whole shebang. FYI, I have a course I created, like a MP3 workshop called Psychic Protection for Empaths and Sensitive People. So maybe check that out. It's on my website, krishanti.com, or I bring in all these techniques. But going outside, sitting in the sun, doing the middle pillar helped me, but eventually I couldn't go to that place anymore. You just can't. If you can hold such a high vibration, but if the place is intent on like not having that happen, then get that F out of there. Like, just don't go. Those are all the basic things. If you're into fun stuff, I'm sure like sacred amulets. I love all that, and I'm actually probably going to start making some just for fun, like talismans and amulets. Like I'm wearing my really pretty like rosary bracelet that I like. And I was just thinking about it, like I think I'll probably do this too. Maybe you can do it. It might be really fun, is to take all the things that you wear. If you're a Reiki practitioner, or you do energy healing or energy work like I do, just channeling like a God light, and angelic energies and all that good stuff, get all the stuff you wear, or take one thing at a time and just imbue it with like light and positive energy. I would actually here's how I would do it. I probably will do it, is call in all the angels. Like, okay, ground the space, call in all your angels, really meditate, like get your aura really big and fluffy or like huge, and bring in as much light as possible, and then hold every object and just bless it with light, and ask your angels and guides and God and everyone else that's good and wonderful to like bless and imbue that object with beautiful healing light and protective energy. And a ton of healers and people do this like with their food. Like I have a shaman friend who'll like do this thing with this food, like every time before he eats, he's like, eat it. And I don't do that all the time, but I think it's really cool. You can do that with water you drink. So why not do it if you're worried about energies attaching, like to just do that. But circling back to the number one thing to do is keep your vibration high. Listen to music you love. in that movie, Ghostbusters, like with the ladies. I love Patty. She was funny. I loved all of them, but like when she's like, the power of Patty compels you. You can have this energy of being like badass and strong and like nobody messes with me. So don't let yourself be bullied. Like stand tall and be strong and be like, I'm not to be messed with. And that'll help as well. So I hope all of that is useful. And if you like this video, please remember to hit like and subscribe if you don't already. And if there are things you'd like me to cover and talk about, by all means, please let me know. I can ask my guides and channel some information too. You can put it in the comments below on YouTube, or you can just email me directly at ask@krishanti.com. I think that's it for now, and that pretty much sums it up. So I will see you next time, and that's all. Thanks. Bye.